Okay, everybody. Hello and welcome to this live today. My name is Fraser from Online English Teachers Club and from a lot of the Facebook groups around regarding online teaching. Well, some of them. Anyway, today I thought I would jump on and do a live and we'll see how this goes. And we'll probably run it at different times each week because with online teaching, you guys are in lots of different time zones. So this time now that I'm doing is kind of peak time for working with Chinese students. So if you're an online teacher who works purely with Chinese students, you're likely to be teaching at this time. So that's why we're going to try different times each week. As you know, different kinds of teachers and different people in different time zones will be able to see it at different times. We'll see what works out best. Maybe then we can settle on a regular time. Okay, so the idea of this live today is to give you a little update on OTC and what's going on, and to take any questions that come in regarding teaching English or teaching English online or anything to do with the industry or to do with working remotely or anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go through a few updates that are coming soon to OTC. And then I'm going to answer a little question regarding how to get started as a freelancer. So there are three main questions I want to answer in this live. I want to answer, what's the best online company to work for at the moment? How do I get started as a freelancer? And I also want to give you an update on OTC and tools that can help you along the way. So let's start off with the tools that are coming soon. Let me share my screen right now. If you're just joining in, please say hi in the comments. It's more fun if we've got a bit of interaction. And if you have any questions, post them and I will answer them today, right now. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay. So what you're looking at now, okay. So this is the Facebook group, or one of my Facebook groups. This is one of the smaller ones. And the reason we started OTC is because I've been running Facebook groups for many, many years. And Facebook seems to have gone really downhill recently. And these groups have become harder to manage, full of spam, and Facebook always threatening to take things down or delete things. And it's just not a good community as what it should be, which is why we created OTC as another option for teachers to get together, communicate, share job opportunities and advice and other things. So that's why OTC came about. So let's see, I did a post recently about a lot of the updates that are coming soon. Let's see if I can find it. Ooh, it was quite a while ago. Okay, here we go. I'll zoom in instead. Okay, so as you can see, there are a bunch of logos here. And this is what we're going to be releasing soon in OTC. I don't know why my computer's being so jumpy. Anyway, so some of these products are mine or our teams. Others are other companies and other organizations that have created these tools. And we're currently working out an agreement where we can offer all of these tools and courses in one single package, so that online teachers who want to work for a company or want to freelance have everything they could ever need for an online teacher to be able to thrive, freelance, find your own students, learn how to market yourself, to have a calendar, a student management system, have some different teaching tools. So I'll go through all these quickly, but won't go into too much detail. And then I'll show you the one that's going to be released most. I used to have a thing that could draw. It's disappeared. This one. Okay. So this one here, Teacher Cal, this is currently going through beta testing, or beta testing, where we've selected, actually it was going to be 5, now it's close to 20 teachers that are trialing this application and giving us feedback so that we can refine it and release it hopefully mid next month, in the next couple of weeks. So that's coming soon. That'll be the first product released. OTC courses. At the moment, we have 2 courses in OTC, and they are kind of one single price, pay once, get access kind of thing. But we want to put this into the package later. So if you buy any of these products, you get access to any of the others. And it isn't hundreds and hundreds of dollars. We're hoping for under $20 for everything. So ESL Courseware is a product that's already out there. And this is our sister kind of company. And basically, it gives you a set of online teaching materials, PDFs, that are designed and structured from, let's say, on the Cambridge assessment level, A1 up to C2. And it transitions, the courses are designed to gradually, increase in difficulty to take students along that path. And we follow the Oxford framework for all the courses in there. And it's just for teachers who are starting freelancing and they don't want to be designing all their own courses and materials, and they just want to get started. They can easily use ESL Courseware. You can select the type of material you want, whether it's kids, IELTS, teens, older students, KET, PET, test preparation. We're slowly adding a lot more features to ESL Courseware, which includes interactive games linked with each lesson as well. And it's basically so teachers can turn off their brains and just follow set material like they did when they worked for companies, but as a freelancer too. Here's another product that's already released, Student Stars, but we will give the premium version of this app to OTC members. So let me show you this app. I use it every day. So I'm going to open it on, let's say, a Canva whiteboard. Canva I use all the time in my teaching. It's a great application. I pay for the pro version because I use it so much. But the pro version is, you can get away with using the basic version, but I like to have all the assets and the all the images and JPEGs and PNGs that you can just drag across. So here's the application that we're talking about. It hides up in your Chrome extension bar here. You install it from the Google Chrome website or the Google Home web app website. I'll send a link later. But basically, it's a way to track your students while you're in class with them. You can award them stars, and it will overlay over whatever you're using, whether that's a PDF you've got open or a whiteboard like this. It allows you to give kind of awards, star kind of encouragement to your student while you're screen sharing, which isn't possible with a lot of teaching applications like Zoom or Classin. They don't have this feature. So it's something nice to have. And I have challenges. Every time your student gets 100 stars, we play a game or something like that. So it's just an incentive. And it's also a way to store information about your students and lessons. So let's say, okay, my next class is with George. I click on his name. I can see, okay, next time, last lesson, we read page 33, so we can continue from there next time. And I have a folder on my computer named George, and in there is all the materials that we use with George. If you use online materials, you can just paste the links here, and that will stay there automatically. So this is a free application if you want to download and get it. The basic version of this gets almost all the features. There's just a few additional features on the premium one, like importing and exporting student data. But yeah, I also use it for classes. For example, on Wednesday, I have this AI class at 7 p.m. and I just make a record of what happened each week, what we need to do. Next lesson, we need to finish comic books and play some games. It's going to be our last lesson on the course. So yeah, that's Student Stars. That's how it works. Please check it out. It's a free application. I will share it once I post the recording of this video. Okay, back to the list. Let me check if we've got any questions before I keep yakking. All right, how do I bring the questions up? Okay, there we go. So if there's any questions as we're going through this, please do comment, let me know. I probably didn't choose the best time for this live, being the kind of peak teaching hours for most teachers who are working in the Asia market, but you can always watch the recording. So back to the list of tools. Where's it gone? A different browser. So you might want to wonder why I use the Edge browser for teaching. I like to keep kind of the browser I use for work and personal stuff separate from the one that I use for work, so that I can set up all the kind of drawing tools or things that I need. This is another great tool. This is not ours, but you can search for Chrome Paint tool, and it allows you to draw on any website, which is pretty cool. Not really useful for a whiteboard website, but you can draw. But like, for example, even a newspaper website, say you're talking about jelly beans. Okay, it doesn't work on that website. Okay, some websites have restrictions, but most places you can use it. Let's say if you went to bbc.co.uk, as you're teaching and sharing your screen, you can annotate as well. Okay, talk about whatever's going on, underline keywords, whatever you need to do. And the good thing about this, as you can see, when I move the screen down, the annotations stay in the same place. They don't kind of, some tools, when you annotate, it's kind of stuck like as if there's an imaginary glass wall between you and the screen. And then when you scroll down, the annotations stay in place. The good thing about this is they move, and they also remember. So if you go back to the page later, the annotations will be still there when you open up the annotator. So it'll remember if you want to make permanent notes or reminders on certain websites. Okay, so back to the tool list. So we've talked about OTC courses. I will show you very quickly. That will be in here. So just go to the onlineteachers.club main website and click on courses here. Currently, we have, these are coming soon. We're currently developing a course on freelancing and starting your own school. But we have one free course on how to teach Zoom. I think it's free, or we might be charging for it. I'm not sure. It might be $8 or $9 or something. And then we have the two main courses that I spent a lot of years developing. This one is mine. And we can see some of the students that are currently taking this course. But I really want to view the normal side. Okay, so it looked like this from your side, and you can start the course and find out information about what you'll learn. This course used to be on Udemy, and it was very, very popular. We have hundreds of positive reviews, thousands of students via Udemy. We took it off Udemy because Udemy takes like 98% of the profits. It's kind of crazy. So we now sell this directly on our website. It's a pretty useful course if you're just getting started, or you want to start thinking about freelancing and you want to get an overall picture of the industry. It can be a useful course for all levels. It isn't very specific on freelancing and starting your own company. So if that's your goal, you might want to wait for the new courses to come out. Okay, back to here. So ESL Courseware, I guess I will show you. Again, ESL Courseware is a separate website. And the idea is all these tools will be available to you through one monthly subscription. Instead of paying $20 a month for this, $6 a month for this, $8 a month for this, $14 a month for this, you'll pay under 20 for everything. That's the agreement we're trying to come up with between all of these. And we've made agreements with most of them already. We're just waiting on a couple. And we selected all these tools because these are things that I use as an online teacher. And they're things that I find extremely valuable. So here is, I won't, let me sign in as a random person. Okay, so this is what it looks like. ESL courseware. It's a kind of bulky looking, maybe old looking design, but it's functional. We also have, you can use this star feature if you want. You don't want to use the built-in student stars feature. And for adults, you can change it to ticks if you don't like stars. Okay, but basically this gives you a wealth of lessons that are structured. So let's say you start grade 2, unit 2, and you're on lesson number 2. And it'll load up the lesson, and they're all interactive, kind of fun games. They have videos built in, exercises for getting your student to try and work out what the person's saying next, vocabulary parts where they can circle words that you say, a video in the middle, and a place just to practice vocabulary. As you can see, this is for kind of A1 to A2 level students who are just getting started, which is a large proportion of the market, actually. So, but there are more advanced lessons. So you don't have to study kind of this basic course. So you can also go on kids, like there's topic-based lessons. We got phonics for young kids, and that's phonics 1 to 8 levels of phonics. Pre-1, pre-2, this is for kids with pretty much no language ability at all to get them started. We've got 2 courses for that. And adults, we have 2 conversation courses that are quite in-depth. We have a lot of lessons, and we have IELTS lessons too, and business English. A business English course is quite popular. And we're constantly making updates and adding new lessons. And a lot of our lessons have interactive games in them as well. Let me find one with a game for you. So if you go to kids, grade 1, I think grade 1, unit 1, we just added games. Okay, so here's a game. They have to shout happy or sad when they see the face, and they get a point. So the student will be saying sad, and then you have to click on sad. Sad. The student shouts happy, and they've got to shout the word, and you click it, or you can use software that allows the student to remotely click themselves. But generally, as this is a very low level lesson, at that kind of level, you don't really want them messing around and clicking on stuff because they're just not at that kind of ability yet. So having games where they can shout to interact, and you click the button that you hear them say. Obviously, if they get it wrong, they lose a point. Okay, so all the lessons will eventually have lots of games like these. So you can either teach this by sharing your screen and having in the middle like this, or you can click the full screen button down here, make it full screen. Okay, so that's our other product, and as I mentioned, all of this is going to be available in one single subscription once we finally release. Okay, another website is NewsKid. This isn't ours, this is another company, but they've agreed to allow us to put it in the package and given us a really good deal. And this is a great app for teaching kind of lower high school. And basically what it does is it gives you get 5 articles every day on 5 different topics that are trending around the world. And when you click on an article, you can then select the language level that you want to read in from A1 to C3. So if you've got an advanced student, and then there's even further like academic English and more. And each kind of article, breaks down the key words, has a vocabulary helping spot, and has a quiz that you can do with your students to check comprehension. So it's a really nice thing to do, kind of not as I wouldn't say as a lesson every week, but maybe like once in a while you do an exercise on NewsKid to kind of mix up how you're teaching a little bit. Super Reader is kind of the same thing, but instead of newspaper articles, it's short kid stories that are interactive on the computer. Phonics Tracker is coming very soon. This is not ours again, but we've made an agreement, and this allows the student, allows the teacher to track the phonics ability of your student. So you can track which sounds they're struggling with, what sounds they can say easily. We got phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 phonics, and we've got blending and all the kind of key bits of information that you need to know on your student when you're teaching phonics. So you're not repeating things that they already know, and you're challenging them and slowly developing all of the phonics kind of ability to read all of the different sounds in English and also understand the irregular spellings as well. Teacher for Me, this is almost finished. This is our product, and it generates you a teacher website where students can come and book a class, basically. It promotes you. You can modify it and design it however you like, but it's a very simple kind of put in your information, click generate, and it makes a beautiful website that you can share with your students. Kind of like a online business card, if you see it like that. Big ESL drive is almost ready as well. This is going to be a huge drive, 2 terabytes of textbooks and teaching materials. And we basically put together a huge drive. Actually, at the moment, it's all on this drive, but it will be a public cloud drive soon on the server. And you'll get access to all these copy-free teaching materials and different textbooks, Oxford and Cambridge, lots of stuff. Now, it's the teacher's responsibility to make sure anything they use from the drive, they check to make sure they have the copyright, they have the licenses to use that in classes with students, but it's kind of a shared drive kind of thing. But most of the stuff in there, we're going to make sure that it's copyright free, but we'll just have that disclaimer just in case. So teachers know that they need to double check and make sure they do have the right. That is their responsibility. Okay. So Teacher4.me is, as I mentioned, a website generator. It creates your teacher website, and you can link that with Teacher Cal. So we've just released Teacher Cal. We're nearly releasing it. So this will be coming soon. It's not yet ready, so please don't go to the website. I probably shouldn't have shared the link. I'll block access later. But basically, you can sign up to this. I'm already signed up, so it'll take me straight through. And you basically use this to manage your calendar. You can make it bigger or smaller. You can add a student slot. You can set the student to a different group. Say you have a group of students in one kind of company or through one client. Like I have for example, client in Taiwan who organizes a lot of my AI classes. And she isn't a company or anything. She's just a mom who has a lot of contacts with other moms. So they kind of built this community to get their kids AI lessons. As you know, Taiwan is where the semiconductors are made. A lot of the parents are kind of involved in that industry at the moment. So, and it's definitely a trending topic that parents want their kids to know about. Okay, so this is a way to track your students. To track your schedule. You can copy a student link. If you send this link to your student, it won't display your student data, but it'll show where you are available and are not available. And you can, the student can make a booking, put in their information, their email. Let's do one. let's say Lizzie123@gmail.com, and whatever message you want. You can also add any of your messaging contact information if the student wants to share that for easier communication. Okay, that will then send the request to the teacher. So now on the teacher side, if I refresh, I'll be able to see a booking now. And you will also be emailed a notification to say you've got a pending class request. You can approve it or decline it, and you can contact the student to give them any further information you need. Additionally, on the student side, they can also just contact and send you a message. Say if a student has a question about your classes, and this will go directly to your email, plus it will also display here in student messages. Okay, so I didn't want to spend too long on all of this. I've probably talked for quite 30 minutes already, so I do apologize. I will get into the other topics very soon. So just to summarize, in the coming months, we'll slowly be releasing these products one by one. And then hopefully at the end of next month, we will have all of these products released. Like, we're not building these from scratch. Most of them are made. They just need tweaking. So hopefully by the end of next month, these will all be ready and we'll offer a one-time subscription access to everything, which is something that doesn't exist in the teaching industry at the moment. And you know, a lot of teachers complain because I have a Calendly subscription for $15 a month, and then I have access to these teaching materials for $10 a month, and then I pay my class-in fee for $2 for, I think it's 20 cents per class. They have all these different subscriptions they need to deal with, and it adds up. So this should save teachers money and give them all the tools they need to get started as a freelancer or online English teacher. I'm going to send a message in the chat, see if it's working. If you do have any questions, please do comment in the chat. I would like to answer a few questions today. I know I haven't chosen the best time, as this is peak teaching hours for a lot of teachers, but so we'll try a different time next week. But yeah, so let's get into some of the questions that I've had from users. Okay, so let's delete all this. So this is the, oh no, that was last week. Here is today's event. So I think I had a comment on this. Okay, a question I get all the time. How do I start out as a freelancer? And I could talk for hours on this, but it's not that easy. And it takes patience. And a lot of teachers give up because they've been used to, you apply for a company, you get the job, you get 15 hours a week. It doesn't work like that as a teacher who's freelancing. It takes real effort and a lot of time to build up a student base. And the first 3 students are the hardest to get. After that, after you've got a few students, it becomes easier. So this is something that puts a lot of teachers off moving into freelancing. And as you can't just quit your online teaching job and then get a full schedule as a freelancer, you have to kind of taper off. So I recommend you start taking away maybe some of the peak hours where your student niche is. It depends on the nationality and the type of student. But start reducing your hours with the company in the peak hours and start marketing really hard for those to fill those hours with students. One thing you can do to get started is people don't like offering anything for free, but offer a free class once a week and share it in whatever groups or places you can think of, and have that lesson be live streamed so that the parents have to agree, yes, this class is free, but it's going to be live streamed to help promote you. I know one teacher who does this a lot. He'll run like weekly free classes, and sometimes he'll have 50, 60 students in a class, and then slowly from there, kids who want a little bit more than a class full of lots of kids, they want private lessons, he'll slowly start to get leads from that. So that's one way to do it. Another way is even to offer some free classes, even one-to-one classes, and to use it to create content. So use it to record the lesson, cut up nice little teaching clips of what you're doing, whatever you think makes you look good, and share that on a social media page, and start creating an online teacher profile on Facebook, LinkedIn, actually as many as you can. So yeah, that's probably the way I would start if I was starting out fresh again. So I'd make sure I have a Facebook page, a LinkedIn page, a YouTube channel, everything that I need. And then I would slowly, I would look at what my experience is. Let's say I've taught in Japan before and I still have a few parent contacts. I'd go and ask them and offer them a free class to start building up content and to start putting feelers out and see if they can recommend a friend. Always offer a referral bonus to students if they offer you and that referral bonus can be either free classes for their kid. I keep saying kid because that's what by trade, I'm a primary school teacher. That's my qualifications. And that's what my experience is in real world teachers. In real world classrooms. So that's my specialty, teaching English as a second language to primary school kids. So that's what I focus on. Another thing is saying that choosing a niche is very important. A lot of teachers tend to say, okay, I'm going to teach online. I'm going to offer classes to kids and adults and business professionals and teens and everything. Whoever wants a class, I'll do it. I'm going to offer classes to people in Kenya, Japan, the UK, Australia, Thailand, China, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Brazil, Argentina, whatever, Spain. And they just throw out a net that's way too big and it ends up catching nothing. You really have to niche down and choose what you're good at. So if you're really good at getting people to pass the IELTS test, not only then choose to teach IELTS, focus which part you're even better at. Are you better at teaching the speaking part, the listening part? Focus on one small niche and then decide which country you think you could break into the easiest. So you choose a country that you've got some kind of links to, or it doesn't have to be links as if you've traveled there, but maybe you've just built up already an online community of students from this country. And then don't just think, oh, the richest students are in America, so I'm going to target American students. Yeah, you might be lucky and be able to do that, but you I wouldn't say that's really true. There's a lot of high-paying students in China these days too. But yeah, make the decision based on what kind of culture you can relate to the best and what culture you think will be interested in your classes, or culture or country or nationality. The good thing about English is most people want to learn it. I am specifically talking about English teaching. There are teachers who do different languages as well. So again, you've got to think what your niche is. Yeah, the hardest part is getting the first few students, but word of mouth is extremely powerful once you build up a few students, and especially if you get like I call them tiger mums, but if you get like somebody who's really into their kids' education and they're in like lots of different education groups and they're part of their school parent board or whatever, you find someone like that and you offer them a deal where, okay, you can buy 100 hours of classes from me per month and you can sell them to other students. I don't care what you sell it at, whatever you want, make your profit as long as I get this base rate for my classes. That's what I do with 3 clients now, one in Vietnam, one in Taiwan, and one in Hong Kong. And this is so I don't have to deal with every single parent. I kind of have this buffer. Yes, I don't make as much money because she's taking a cut as well, but I also don't spend as much time dealing with parents and all that kind of stuff. I just have to deal with this woman in Hong Kong, this woman in Taiwan, this woman in, they're all women, in Vietnam. Yeah, so you just find if you find someone like that, it's easy to grow with them, or just find a student who the moms love. Like my specialty is teaching kids, so I'm talking about a lot about parents and moms and how they react to stuff. I'll get into marketing to adults a bit later, but yeah, if you do a really good job, like parents love to show off. Look at my little Timmy, he's learning online with an American, and they'll post it in their little family groups or whatever kind of groups, and they'll get another mom, hey, how did you find this teacher? Does he have any extra time? My little Sammy needs classes too. So word of mouth, you're gonna grow really fast if you're good at what you do. So yeah, let's talk about adults a little bit. So just to kind of recap first, how do you get started out as a freelancer? You got to really choose a niche, and then you've got to market hard. You don't have to go straight to Facebook paid ads or anything like that. Market yourself organically. Start teaching a few classes free so you can record and use that as content in your on your pages as well. So that's what I would definitely suggest. And then once you get a few students, you will just grow by word of mouth. I promise you. If you're a good teacher, you will just grow. Once you got three turning into 30, it doesn't take long. Let's say 3 students, they all recommend 2 more. That's, that takes you to a lot more students pretty fast. Yeah. Adults. So there are some teachers out there that I meet a lot of the time that say, can't deal with kids, can't do it. I just want to teach adults and business English. In these cases, this is how I would personally do it, and I'll tell you my experience with teaching adults. I think I'm pretty good at teaching adults, and most of the students that study with me that are adults like my style of teaching. So my style of teaching adults is basically ask them lots of questions, have them speak, make notes during the class, and then at the end of the lesson, go through the grammar mistakes, pronunciation mistakes, sentence structure mistakes that they made, ask them to practice, and then next lesson, test them on it, and then ask them more questions and just repeat. And then for when I'm teaching IELTS, it's just practice, test, feedback, practice, test, feedback, practice, test, feedback. And then if I notice one area that they're really struggling with, we'll do some additional exercises and practice on those specific areas. But that's how I deal with adults. It's very kind of systematic, and that's what works for me. And that's what a lot of the parents that have studied with, a lot of the adults that have studied either IELTS, business English, or just conversation they've liked that style. Some students didn't, but that's the thing. Like, not every student will like your teaching style, but there will be students out there that do like your style. So for adult students, the deals that I've had before, I haven't done that many adults over the years. Like at one point, a friend of mine said this guy contacted him. He wanted classes, but I can't do it. He passed them on to me, so I took on the classes, and that was with a lawyer in Thailand. I've taught a doctor in a language center, who specifically requested me after seeing some of my videos, speaking Thai, as I speak. I'm not fluent, but I'm conversational in Thai. Which is actually funny. Even though I'm conversational in Thai, I don't target Thai students that often, mainly because I live in Thailand, and then there's the legalities of working and taking money from the Thai economy. like the way my visa is, I'm allowed to live here and I'm allowed to do remote work where the income comes from other countries. It's kind of a remote, it's called DTV visa. It's kind of a remote working type visa, but I can't target clients in Thailand, which it doesn't really matter. And in general, the Thai, I know I'm getting off topic now, but the Thai kind of, what Thais are willing to pay for classes is generally on average less than the rest of the, well, apart from Vietnam's generally pay more in Vietnamese. In Vietnam, they generally offer more. China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea often offer a little bit more too, or they're willing to go at a higher rate. So if I was going to target adults, I wouldn't target individuals. If I was doing something like business English, I wouldn't target individuals. I'd go for companies. So a lot of companies in Asia, I know I'm saying Asia because I'm telling you what my experience is. I'm not going to start lecturing on things that I haven't done myself. So this is my experience in Asia. A lot of the big companies in lots of different industries have a budget for training and education, and they can often spend that on English teaching, English lessons for their clients, or not their clients, English lessons for their staff. So I did this with an IT company in Bangkok for almost a year. Again, they found me through Facebook, a video where I was speaking Thai and talking about this is a long time ago while I was actually teaching in a school in Thailand as well. But they decided they needed a teacher. They contacted me. We made a deal and negotiated a certain price for a certain amount of hours per month. And then I just started doing lots of live classes with groups of adults from their company. It went well. I also did the same with a company in Vietnam. I contacted them because I saw they were posting saying they were looking for an online teacher in one of the groups. So I contacted them, sent them my introduction video, which I spent a lot of time professionally making. So it does convert quite well. And they contacted me almost right away, and we negotiated a deal for me to teach 4 of their staff 4 times a week online remotely. And that went on for quite a while as well. So I'd be targeting companies. What I would probably do is get online, find the email addresses of a lot of big companies like any company that has something to do with import or export will likely need some of their team to be trained in English. So I'd go ahead and target and find the emails for lots of different companies. If you can choose a country where you also speak the local language and you can email in their language, that helps too. But I would send out tons of emails, even letters. I'd send physical letters around to try and get. It's a lot of companies, they need it, but they don't know where to find it, and they get a letter that says, "Oh, just call this number and we'll sort out your English tuition." Sometimes you just get the right person. So that's what I would do if I was targeting adults. I'd focus on companies, not individuals. Yeah. Okay. Next question was, what is the best online school to work for? So I actually wrote an article about this. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was. There is no. Okay, so basically what I was saying in this article is there is no best online school these days. There just isn't. There's lots of mediocre companies out there that you can work for, but there's no kind of super duper company who offers a good rate, fills your schedule, and is someone you can actually communicate with like a human. Working for a lot of the big companies, you're going to be a number, which Some of you might not mind. Others kind of, I personally don't like it. I'll never work with a company unless I'm negotiating a deal directly. I'll never work with an online teaching company who gives me hours. But I'll work with small individuals that have small teams and they're hitting a very small niche or something like that. But these big companies like EF and all the Korean ones like Carrot Global and Pagoda and the Lingo Star and Lingo something else as well. I forget what the name is, but I personally wouldn't want to work for these companies, but it is a good place to start. If you're just starting out and you want to get some experience, you want to learn what it's like to teach online, and you want to earn a little bit of money while you do it, working for these companies can be okay. But I won't specifically recommend a specific one just because they're all kind of mediocre. And there's even the ones that I promote for and have affiliate links. I won't say which ones. None of them are the best. Some of them are okay. So I would recommend, if you're just getting started and you really need an online teaching job, go to daveseslcafe.com. I think it's just called ESL Cafe now. They changed the name. This is kind of, if you have been a teacher for a long time, you might have come across this website. It's kind of the old school teaching website for finding teaching jobs abroad for kind of backpackers and stuff, but it's kind of expanded into more of a global thing with jobs at schools all around the world. So click on find a job. International job board probably, and type the word online, and it'll filter all the offers that are online positions. So we got Twinkle Talk, Pinata Education, eJoy, Poly English, eHello. Okay, Lingo Star, there it is. That's the one I couldn't think of. So I'd apply to as many as you can and see what comes back. Additionally, you can find the name of a company. You can then go and research it on our job list. So click on company list. And this is a list of pretty much every online school that exists. So let's see, we're looking at Lingo Star. Oh, Lingo Star's not there. Okay, I'll have to add that. Let's say I was looking at Lingo Ace, which is I think that was like somebody who was a partner with Lingo Star split off and did their own thing. Anyway, each one will have a little bit of a profile. It'll say what good things teachers have said, negative things teachers have said, give a quick conclusion, and a button where you can apply. So if you want to do any research on any of the companies to see what teachers think, check out this list. This list also allows you to vote up companies that you like or vote down companies that you don't like. So we haven't had enough votes yet to make it kind of reasonable. But hopefully in the future, as more and more people start voting for companies, we'll have a good idea of which ones are doing the right thing and which ones are shit, basically. So yeah, check out Dave's ESL Cafe, check out the job list, and check out the job list on OTC too. We post new jobs every day. So these are the sponsored jobs, and that means these companies have paid to have their post here. And here are the rest. So we get jobs posting every single day. Here's one. They're offering up to $15. Okay, here's another. So go through these three places. Have a look at Dave's ESL Cafe. It's not my website, but I'm recommending it because it's good. Check out the jobs board on Online Teachers Club. And then if you want to do deeper research, check out the company list. And if you see that your company isn't here, please do go to the comments and write down if your company, yes, Steve, it can. Yes, please let me know. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to introduce all the new apps and products coming to OTC, give a little talk about freelancing and how to get started, and answer the age-old question: what's the best company to work for? There isn't. The tactic is apply for as many as you can, work for the ones that you like. Probably you will need to work for multiple companies to get a full schedule. Maybe this company is good for filling your weekends. This company is good for your Monday to Friday or whatever. You're probably going to need more than one company. Relying on one is a very bad idea. And you want to always be freelancing on the side and slowly building up your own business. That is, if you want to do this long term. If this is just a 2-year stint for you, then just work for the company, because you've got to invest a lot of time to build up a freelancing teaching career. It's not something I'd recommend if you're just on like a 2-year break and you want to do it for a bit, because it takes half a year just to promote yourself and start building up a profile of yourself and a reputation online. All right, it looks like we got close to an hour today, and my voice is running low. I'm gonna drink some tea. I do see there are 7 people on the website, and there are 23 people watching on YouTube now. So if you have any questions, please do post them below. I'm just going to check if anybody posted any questions in advance. And after that, if there's no more questions, I will wrap up this live today. Okay, so posts like this, Dr. Ali, experienced science teacher, I need students to teach. We all need students, brother. But you won't find them by posting a message like this on a board. You can post it, I don't mind, but it's not going to get you students. OTC is a community of online teachers and the odd recruiter who wants to hire online teachers. It's not really a place that I'm trying to match students with teachers. Somebody else can try and set up that if you think you can do it. Build up a community that matches teachers and students. It's very hard. Lots of people have tried. But yeah, Dr. Ali, you have to market yourself. Start with what you know. Offer classes in your local area first and scale up from there. Okay. So here's another position offered, $20 to $22 an hour, USA based. So you need to have knowledge of the US curriculum for this. I do not, so it's not suitable for me. I'm trained in the British curriculum. Okay. That was last week's conversation with Crystal. Crystal is a pretty cool person, heavily involved in the ESL community. I'm sure some of you watching have come across her stuff. But it was nice to talk to her last week. And we did get into a bit about choosing a niche and freelancing, if you want to watch that video too. All right, I don't see any main questions. So what I'm going to do is have a look at the Facebook group, because we sometimes get interesting questions in there. And let's go through it and approve and decline posts together. All right, so let's go in this one. This is the main Facebook group that I created a lot of years ago. Now at 156.4 thousand members. And we got some requests, so let's go through them together. And you see the kind of shit people post. Okay, a random video with nothing about teaching. Goodbye. Home tutors looking for students. This page isn't for finding students. Hope tuition. Okay, she's sharing some advice. That's fine. Here's a company. What are they paying? They don't list the rate of pay, so I decline that. They need to include the rate of pay. Okay. I don't know why people do this. Share a profile picture. I think it's kind of weird, but okay, go on then. I'll let the community decide. What's this? Okay, again, you need to include the rate of pay in the post, or we won't reply. We won't accept it. Okay. So we get a lot of crap in these posts, which is one of the reasons I left Facebook, because it's kind of full of shit. There's so much spam, it's just crazy. All right, she's offering classes to students. This is a group for teachers to find jobs with recruiters. There's no students in this group. Okay, again, looking for students. Okay, this is a company I keep seeing around, and they seem to offer quite a low rate of pay. For Filipinos, 85 to 90 pesos for 20 minutes. So that's 180 peso to, we'll do USD. Is that what most people know? That's $3 an hour. That's even for Filipinos, that's too low. So decline. Okay, a bit of advice. What even currency is COP? $12. It's more. The rule is it has to be more than $10. So, hi all. Has anyone worked for Corgi English? I've never heard of them. One thing you should remember is never pay for a job application or a job. If they ever ask you for money when you're applying for a job, it's a scam. But I haven't heard of Corgi, so I don't know. Okay, $15 per 50-minute class. That's kind of what the average kind of rate is these days for foreign teachers. Although a lot of companies are still trying to charge less than even 10, which is crazy. £16 an hour for this position. So you're seeing the post now before anyone else. So apply quickly. Okay, so I'm going to prove it. You'll find these in the in this Facebook group. Let me post it in the comments. And they'll also be shared in OTC as well. Payment is $5 per class, which is 25 minutes. So I guess that's $10 an hour. Okay, he's offering grammar advice. Hello, I'm Arinda, and something to know about me is that I stay in Vietnam. I want to teach students online if there's any available classes. Okay, recruiters, contact her if you want to hire her. I'm TEFL Online. I don't even know what that says. Lucky Jig for jobs. Like, I'm all for any nationality teaching English, but if you can't put together a simple sentence, what's going on? Why are you trying to teach English? Okay. Okay, anybody want Bitcoin or XRP Ripple mining? No, thank you. Nope, we won't be contacting you for further discussions. Vladimir. Urgently hiring. Okay, 200 pesos. What's that? Filipino peso, not the other peso, not the Mexican one. $3.50 per hour. So there's actually a separate group for jobs for non-natives. So I can recommend they post it in that one. But honestly, it's too low. Hey educators, let me ask you something. Did you get into teaching because it promoted financial abundance? All right, what's he selling? Okay, selling something. I have a bachelor degree in English, a master degree in secondary education. Okay, who wants to hire this person? 100 pesos again. I don't know what the minimum kind of accepted amount is for Filipinos, but it seems low to me. Okay, looking for part-time or freelance opportunities in Phuket. Okay. Summer camp. So a lot of people are preparing for the summer camp in China. It runs through July to August, and actually in Taiwan it runs in Korea it runs from like towards the end of July up to the end of August. But during this time, a lot of companies are running kind of during the day English camps, so that's popular. French Kids Summer Camp, but they're looking for students, which I can't help with in this group. Hello. Yeah, he's targeting students, which is fine, but that's not what this group is for. Classroom assessment techniques. Okay. Sharing advice. That's fine. This guy again. I'm getting repeat stuff. Okay, this company seems to be really legit. Think and Grow. People who work there have given me good feedback. They pay up to $34 an hour, depending on the class type, which is pretty good. And they're currently on a big recruitment drive for the July-August summer camp. So if you are energetic, humorous, good at guiding students, a native English speaker, don't even try apply if you're not. Bachelor's degree or above, teaching certificate, experience in online teaching. If that's you, go ahead and apply. If that's what you're interested in, contact Shirley. And yeah, I put the link to the group in the chat. But just search for online English teaching jobs active and you'll find it. Okay, I'm going to do a few more and then I'm going to wrap up this live today. Decline. What the hell is this? Why would you post that? What is it? Okay, he's looking for a job. Recruiters, contact him. Vacation batch. Okay, mostly spam now. Okay, that's fine. I guess people I don't know, any ideas on how I can change the name so that people will realize that this isn't a place to advertise for students? Or people just do it anyway? Like, it's in the rules. I think it's clear, but people don't get it. Sun Kids, based in Taiwan, $10 to $15 per 25-minute class. That's pretty good. That's $20 to $30 an hour. Between 9 and 24. That seems pretty good. Check it out, everyone. I tell you what, I'll share that one in our group instead. I won't post it on this page, so only OTC members can see the post. Here we go. Okay, and I have a disclaimer I add here. Okay. Job of the day. As I said, the disclaimer explains that I haven't done any research into this company, just sharing information I saw online. So do your own research. If it's a scam, that's your responsibility to find out. And don't give any company money if they ask for money for the application process. That means it is a scam. Oh, that needs to be in jobs. And what is it? 20 to 30 an hour. Okay. All right, let's do a few more and then let's wrap up. What are they paying? No rate of pay displayed. No. You see, I will send them a link. Basically, they can post in the non-native group. All right, everybody. I think that's enough for today. We've gone way over an hour. Hope you found this live useful for teachers wanting to teach online or those wanting to learn how to freelance and get started. We'll be posting a lot more courses on freelancing coming into the future. And as I mentioned, we've got a ton of applications that are launching via OTC very soon. So if you're not in OTC and you're watching this as a guest, please come and join. It's free to join. Everybody's welcome, native, non-native, or alien, whatever you are. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching and have an awesome day. Take care, everybody.